But 2024, as you said, as we're all just laying it all to rest. But first, we'll start off on where we went wrong in 2024.
Well, yeah, the good, the bad, the ugly. Um,
Exactly.
where the bad? Um, the bad was just being no identity, and then so many times we were just like, it was like we were kind of stunned. We were just in this, we've been hit. It's when you get out in boxing or something and fighting, and then boom, first punch, you kind of stunned, and you're trying to catch yourself, get your senses back and all that kind of stuff. It just seemed like too many times that we were just in the stun mode. And of course, that comes with a new coach, new coaching staff. None of these guys have been around each other. That's what sometimes we fail to realize. I mean, they've been around spring, summer, but then the fall when you're in the heat of the moment. Now, pressure's on. You got to step up. You got to do something. You got to adjust and that kind of stuff. And just seemed like at those moments in games we were just kind of just stunned a little bit. Couldn't just didn't have somebody that could bring us all whatever. But hopefully that'll change because now players have been around a little bit, been around a while, and they know kind of what to expect. So to me, it's just stunned. They get the other team get that first, second touchdown, and how do we respond? And it just didn't seem like there was I don't know. It was something missing about it, Jack. Maybe you can help me. What do you think?
Don't know, man. It's like we
No,
had
we were like in a stupor. We were just like, and there was no like, in the past with Saban teams, Bryant teams, you get slapped around a couple of whatever, and then there's all of a sudden okay, all right, now we know what to do. All right, we're fixing to get busy with it. But this team did not have that type of personality, and obviously, it's just a new situation. New players, new coach, new staff, new everything. And so, in my opinion, good, the bad, the ugly.
yeah. It was. So we're looking at the stats, and particularly for the SEC, we were not very up on offense. Obviously, like we weren't up, but we weren't down either.
Yeah, yeah. And there you go. Average, and average is not going to win.
No.
Yeah. If you're down, you're not going to win, obviously. But if you're just average, I mean, flip a coin. You got to be up. You got to be higher in statistics and stuff like that. The the ugly part of the season for me is just games that it was obvious that we weren't going to win. And I've said this before. I remember going to see Alabama play years ago against Southern Mississippi, and Coach Stallings was the coach. It may have been his first year, and it was obvious.
1990.
We were at Bryant Denny. It was, I mean, no, we were at Legion Field, believe it or not. And I mean, I'm sitting up there, and I was with Coach Trimble, and we were sitting up there, and we both of us knew this team hadn't, they weren't going to do anything. And so, to me, that was the ugly part of it. Just not knowing and not having any response. The good to me was as the pretty much, I think, as the season kind of progressed defensively, I think we did get better. I think that got a little better every time we got in that 3-3-5. I know I keep harping on it, but I can't stand it. But I do think the defense got a little better, much more so than the offense, and we'll see what happens from here. I think I've had enough time to kind of look back, and I think we're going to be. I guarantee you, preseason we do the way too early top 25. Alabama will be in the top 10.
Oh yeah,
They'll be there.
there's no doubt about that.
One thing mistakes they make with those early whatever is they're always basing it on the quarterback. Is the quarterback coming back? And I understand that's a significant figure, but I think Alabama's going to be in good hands, and I think they've got a lot coming back on defense, and so I think they'll be top 25. I don't think Auburn will be top 25. You?
No.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I think they'll have like Tennessee in the top 10, I'm sure.
Yeah.
LSU, their ESPN's likely going to overhype them to death, obviously.
I don't think they'll be in the top 10. I don't think they will.
Oh,
I think
no.
you're going to have, and a lot of times they look at the returning starters, and now you got to do the portal and all that kind of stuff. Now, I would not base my vote on the top 25 on the dang portal. But I think Texas will be, they'll be there. Alabama will be there. Georgia obviously will be there. I think Tennessee. I think those will be the four SEC teams that'll be, top 10.
Yeah.
Then you can throw LSU and some of those in the top 25. Yeah. So look at that.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the way too early top 25 looks like 5 minutes after the national title ends. Like that would be really funny.
Yeah. They got it all figured out.
But I always say never throw the cart in before the horse.
Yeah, exactly. They do it all the time, and very rarely are they correct, but sometimes they'll get lucky on a couple of teams. But I mean, you're gonna have the Ohio State, you're gonna have the usual suspects: Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan. All of those will be there. I don't. Do you see the Boise State? You see Arizona State. You see all these. You see them in the top 10?
No, but they'll
Should we even call it the top 10 anymore? Top 12?
Yeah, we can call it top 12.
We've always said top 10. I mean, I have to go to top 12.
Sorry with me.
I don't think you're going to see some of those teams that are in there.
But yeah, like the good for me was beating Auburn and putting LSU in their place. That was the good for me.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, because it was just because we had the LSU week where we were talking with Daily Joy and Tyler Natuno, who's shout out to Florida at the Voice of College Football. Tyler Natuno is doing a magnificent job over there. We talked with them about Alabama LSU, and I remember Joy got a little defensive when I was suggesting that the LSU defense is not that good. It's like, oh, no, it's that good. But then game time comes, Alabama's smashing them with the running game.
Yeah. Wish we could have been consistent, with regard to that. You told me you sent me and I looked it up, the coach. What's his name, the offensive line coach?
Our O-line coach for Alabama.
Is it Chuck? Lee?
Chris Kaplovic.
Yeah. That guy's been around, man. That guy is like 1-2 years here, there, and everywhere. If you look at his pedigree, I mean, he's 2 years here, 2 years here. I mean, he's since the, I guess, 90s or whatever. I mean, he's just 2 years whatever. So I don't know. That's not good. I mean, constantly switching team to team, not good. So I didn't see too many situations where he was there very long, meaning 3, 4, 5 years, which is what you would like to have some consistency. Not so much now. Now everything's dog eat dog, but back in the early 2000s and the 90s, early 2000s, I mean, you wanted if you had a strong, solid program, I mean, your coaches would be there with you for lengthy periods of time. But I didn't see that on his pedigree, so that's got me kind of. And I'm not saying he's a bad coach. I'm not saying, but Well, if he's going to be around, he's got a challenge. He's going to have to produce a lot more than what we saw out there this year.
Agreed.
And
Well,
I call that the ugly, the good, the bad. That was the ugly. That offensive line was ugly. Ugly. Ugly.
yep.
Yeah.
Well, and for me, the bad was obviously us losing to Vandy and Oklahoma. I mean, like getting smacked 24-3 against Oklahoma. That's not something that should be happening. I mean, if it was like a Sam Bradford Oklahoma team from 2008, okay. But
Mm-hmm.
this wasn't it. This was not Bud Wilkinson or Bob Stoops. No. This was a mediocre Oklahoma team, and
Yeah.
we let ourselves get smacked off the face of the earth on Saturday night, and losing to Vandy for the first time since 1984, and losing in Nashville for the first time since 1969. It
Yeah.
was, oh my god, that was terrible, and losing to our rival Tennessee in Knoxville.
Yeah. Yeah. We got to get back to a little more consistency with Tennessee. Back to the old days with Saban thumping those suckers every year.
Oh yeah, I,
Because they had the old Phil Fulmer years where they were all those Tennessee fans. They were all dogging. When we were in the doldrums with DeBose and those guys and dogging us for year after year after year. But we got to get back to those days. That would be nice. But we'll see. Time will tell. In today's world, I mean, every year is different.
Alabama Tennessee feels like it's going to be back and forth. Honestly,
Well, with all these teams, I mean, every year you're having to build a product.